day help. I even offered. And he brings why I do everything myself.
Sorry about that. All right. Good evening. I'm going to go ahead and call to order the Shelby County Board meeting for November 13th of 2025 to order. Will you please stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, as Thanksgiving approaches us, I'd just like to say I'm thankful for the freedoms that we have together tonight. Thankful for the veterans and the servicemen and women who have made this possible. Thankful for the people in this room, elected officials, county employees who work together. Help us tonight to work together as a group. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Move on to roll call, please.
Bruce Bain. Here. Tim Brown.
Here.
Carol Cole. Here. Julie Edwards. Here. Chrissy Grant. Jeff Gregg.
Here.
Clay Hardy.
Here.
Heath McCormick. Christine Matlock. Here. Tad Maylaw.
Here.
Tricia Miller. Here. James Mitchell.
Here.
Tim Morse.
Here.
Gene Price.
Here.
Austin Pritchard.
Here.
Sonny Ross.
Here.
Larry Seifert.
Here.
Don Tate.
Here.
Christy Walford. Here. Brett Wallace.
Here.
Judy Wood. Here. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Move on to item 3, which is discussion and vote to approve the minutes from October 9th, 2025. I have a motion on the minutes, please. Mr. Gregg and Mr. Boehm. Any questions or discussion on the minutes from October? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's passed. Move on to item 4, public body comment. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Landria Hardick. Thanks for everyone for being here tonight. This is pretty cool. This is my first time here. I work for Shelby County ROSC. I don't know if you've heard of us. We do recovery oriented systems of care. We're grant funded through IDHS to help people in Shelby County if they're suffering from substance use disorder or mental health issues. We get them connected with the people that can help them. So that's my job now. I just moved to Strasburg in January, so thank you for welcoming me warmly. And I have a survey right now that the state is wanting to get out. So if anyone in this room is interested in helping us understand what's going on in Shelby County, substance use disorder wise, mental health wise, this helps the state know what's going on in our county, right? So I don't know where you would like these. I bring them up? Okay. Thank you.
Do you have an electronic version of this?
Yes, correct.
I'm sorry, I guess maybe a link that people can fill and submit versus...
Yeah. So we have on our Facebook, it's Shelby County ROSC, ROSC. I have the survey link on there. My email and my phone number is on the back of that survey there, as well as my contact information is on the Facebook. If anybody has any questions, wants to be more a part of that kind of awareness in our county, I'd love to have you on our council. And we need more surveys filled out. The survey helps, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Public body comment. Public body comment. Public body comment. Okay. Move on to item 5, which is announce a vacancy on Shelby County Board District 8 due to the resignation of Chad Yantis. Item 6, discussion and vote to appoint John Stroll to fill the vacancy in Shelby County Board District 8 due to the resignation of Chad Yantis. I have a motion. Ms. Bain, I have a second. Mr. Morse. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Who's there in opposition? Okay. All right. Motion passes. Mr. Stroll.
I state your name.
John Stroll,
Have been appointed
having been appointed
to the office of Shelby County Board District 8
to Shelby County Board District 8
in the county of Shelby
in the county of Shelby
and the state of Illinois,
in the state of Illinois,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of
Shelby
County Board District 8
Shelby County Board District 8
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Just need you to sign.
Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Stroll.
Thank you.
We'll move on to, I guess, are you ready? Move on to item 7, discussion of vote to approve the hiring of William Schmitz as the Shelby County zoning administrator. Have a motion on this, please. Mr. Price, I've got Ms. Matlock in the back. Any discussion or questions? We announced that Mr. McKee was going to.
I'm here. You guys
okay.
have any questions for me?
Mr. McKee was going to remove himself from one of his responsibilities and focus more on EMA, and so Mr. Schmitz has stepped up to take the vacancy to help us continue the services and the operations of the zoning administrator. And so with that, any questions that anybody may have, comments? And I appreciate this as well because it gives you guys a few weeks together before Mr. McKee's departure from the role to work together and kind of get you back up to speed from where you left off before. So,
Is there a certain starting date? I mean, like,
yeah, here in a minute, it appears that you might be hired, so.
okay.
Is there-
I do have one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I really didn't get an interview or anything. Last time when I had to go out in the county to look at a building site or something like that, they let me use the EMA vehicle, so I didn't have to put the wear and tear on my vehicle. Is that still?
It's something we'll discuss with Scott, and we'll figure out what the logistics are,
Okay.
mileage and all that as well. But I think you did speak to Ms. Bain since.
Yes, a little bit, yeah.
So if you'd like to give more of a full resume or interview with yourself here, by all means.
Okay.
So, but you, correct me if I'm wrong, you were in the role before.
Yes, I will, yeah.
Any questions, comments? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Welcome, sir, thank you. Move on to item 8, which is probation officer Ryan Ambrose, for discussion and vote to approve the annual drug driving prevention month proclamation. Have a motion to present the proclamation, please. Mr. Ross, have a second.
I'll second.
Settlers on second. You're up.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ryan Ambrose, and I am a probation officer for Shelby County. As you all know, December is right around the corner with the holiday season approaching. Typically, during this time of year is when we see the most accidents involving driving under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Every year during the holiday season, we place a tree in the courthouse basement in memory of those who have lost their lives in an accident due to impaired driving. In the past, we have appreciated the county board's proclamation designating December as Drunk and Drug Driving Prevention Month. Tonight, we ask the board to continue this important tradition again this December. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or discussion on the proclamation? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Move on to item 9 with Circuit Clerk Peter Otis. The discussion of vote to approve the resolution setting compensation for jurors. Have a motion on this item, please. Ms. Whitman back in a second. Ms. Matlock. you have anything you'd like to add?
I'm just here to answer any questions you guys might have.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Otis? Yes, sir.
Mr. Otis, so this is a change from what we currently have now, or we don't have one?
We don't have one, and barring having one, the state sets the minimum amount, and that amount is $15 a day. And I don't know if you've ever hired somebody to mow your yard, but that's a little bit insulting, I think. Asking a teacher or a firefighter or, you know, somebody to come and let's talk about your hurtful issue and then give them $15 and a pat on the back for showing up. That's just.
We went through this in the finance committee last evening, and we noticed that the pay for the juries was all over the place, so this makes a whole lot more sense. So thank you. I yield back.
Anybody else, any discussion or questions? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain.
Yes.
Brown.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Edwards.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Hardy.
Yes.
Matlock.
Yes.
Mayhaw.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Mitchell.
Yes.
Morse. Price.
Yes.
Pritchard.
Yes.
Ross.
Yes.
Stroll.
Yes.
Seifert.
Yes.
Tate.
Yes.
Walker. Yes. Wallace.
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion passes with Morse abstaining.
Okay, thank you. On item 10, the zoning director, Scott McKee, it's a discussion and vote to approve a special use building permit for Arena Renewables for the Juniper 1 and 2 solar energy facilities on Shelby County parcel 2013-17-00-400-006. Have a motion on this item, please. Ms. Wood on the motion, on the second.
I'll second.
Scott.
Okay, so hopefully at this point you all are familiar with this project. I sent it about a month ago to all of you. All the information that they provided, I verified through the state of Illinois and other agencies. They've met all the requirements of our zoning ordinance up to this date, and I believe that they have finalized their agreement with the county highway department. So all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. I do know representatives of them are here this evening if you need to talk to any of them or have any questions for me.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. When you build this solar farm, do you intend on doing this union or non-union?
Prevailing wage.
Yep.
And I can give a 2-minute intro to the project. If I can maybe connect to that real quick, I'll keep it very brief. And then if there's any other questions that pop up, I'm happy to answer them. Yeah, might be a little tough to see, but I will.
Get brighter.
Yeah, well, it's okay. So these are Juniper 1 and 2 solar projects, 2 community solar projects off County Highway 6, being developed by my company, Arena Renewables. I'm the director for Illinois. They're about 1.5 miles from here, southeast of town, as the crow flies, on property owned by Jared Roney. Juniper 1, we're using, Juniper 1's on the eastern side of the property. That's a 5 megawatt project. Juniper 2 is on the western side of the property. That's a 3.4 megawatt project. Both interconnect to the Ameren utility grid on County Highway 6. On the western side of the property, there's good 34 kV power lines there. That's what made this site feasible. Where those good power lines, they run north and south. It's solar only, there's no battery storage. We're installing an 18-foot wide gravel access road. Property is zoned agricultural. It's a really great site for solar. So it's flat, it's clear, it's dry. There's good access to the west. We're not grading any soils. We're not in a flood zone. We're clearing very minimal trees. And there's not many abutters nearby. So really no residences will have a view of this property except the landowner himself who lives across the street. There are some homes to the north, but they're blocked by existing vegetation that we're not removing, dense trees. We have a site control with the landowner. We have a lease agreement with the landowner. We have an interconnection agreement with the utility, Ameren. So we have a contract to connect to the grid that's been fully executed. And we're aiming to start construction next summer. There's tax benefits. So we're significantly increasing property taxes at the property. There'll be big sales taxes on all the equipment that we purchase that's paid during construction. There's energy savings. So as a community solar project, we can deliver 10% discount to Ameren customers' utility bills every month. That's the unique nature of these community solar projects. You can get subscribers directly to the project. They get a 10% discount on their bill every month for the next 25 years. If you're an Ameren customer right now, you can qualify for this. That's the only requirement. And then there's big environmental benefits. So this is producing a whole bunch of clean energy every year for the next up to 40 years. It's equivalent to hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds of coal that won't be burned. It's the equivalent of hundreds of thousands of acres of forest being planted. And that's the intro to the project. I don't want to drag on too long. Underneath the panels, we'll plant what's called pollinator-friendly vegetation, grasses and flowers. They grow about 2 to 3 feet high. We landscape that 2 to 3 times a year. We mow it. That helps with soil quality, water retention, and the rows will be spaced about 15 feet apart, and they track the sun throughout the day. So I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, any additional discussion or questions? Yes, ma'am.
Mr. McKee, what date was the special use permit approved?
It hasn't been approved yet. Are you talking about
When
the
it went
zoning
to
board?
rezoning? Yeah.
The October 23rd.
Okay. And when was the actual executed interconnect agreement provided by the company? When was it actually dated?
I believe it was after that fact.
November 4th, maybe, about right?
I don't have that information in front of me at the moment, but I do know it was after the fact.
Okay. Our current policy doesn't require an executed interconnect, but the name and the address of the interconnect facility was provided at that time when the special use permit was issued, correct?
Correct.
But a formal agreement had not been signed up until after that.
That is correct.
For the gentleman that came to give the, to speak to us tonight, be clear, is the power staying here locally or is it going somewhere else?
Yeah, it's staying locally. It's going to a local substation. It can be used off of the distribution lines that come off of that substation. And you'll have access to subscribe to this project directly and get the credits.
Right, assuming you're an Ameren customer.
Correct.
Okay. How did open house go? I saw you had an open house.
Yeah, open house went well. Nobody attended. But we were at the Foxmoor.
That's true. 15 minutes after it started, the doors were locked and no one was there. That's her constituent that's invited.
Okay, I'm sorry. We waited until 15 minutes after the starting time and then left. You know, we hold a private or public open house for each of our projects.
I would say in the future, I think 15 minutes at 5:30 during a weeknight. There's people that work out of town. They might want to come and ask some questions, so you might want to give it more than 15 minutes just to be sure you answer all the questions you need to. I had a constituent that was concerned about that, so I'm just...
Understood. Yeah, you know, that's a good point. You know, maybe we could have waited a little bit longer.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
How long are these good for? How long, you said 25 years?
Yep, so we have a contract to sell the electricity to Ameren for 25 years.
So will these solar panels last 25 years, or you will?
Yep, they can last up to 35, 40 years. We have a lease agreement that goes up to that term. After 25 years, we'll sell the electricity on the wholesale electricity market. We get a slightly different rate for the power, but it can still be operational.
Now, after they're decommissioned or whatever, whose responsibility is it going to be to clean these up?
It's going to be our responsibility.
Huh?
It's going to be our responsibility. It's in our lease agreement with the landowner, but it's also in the AMA agreement, Agricultural Impact Mitigation Agreement. That's what that stands for. That's mandated by the state. We've provided that to the county. There's a requirement even to just start this process. It has to be executed by the project company and the state, the Department of Agriculture. There's regulations that we have to adhere to in that regarding decommissioning. So we have to put up a bond, we have to decommission a certain way. We have to do it in a certain time period. So the bond will be with the county or directly with the landowner. The AMA, that agreement lets us record it with either. We're kind of indifferent to that.
Did you?
So, okay, so I have two questions. One to extend that one. Okay, so what happens when a tornado or something goes through there and damages those? Who's responsible for that cleanup?
Yeah, that would be us.
And what does that entail if they're damaged and whenever they're not being in use anymore?
Yeah, if they're damaged, we would come out and replace it. We have insurance.
Okay.
So there's a hefty annual premium to insure this project. That would cover hail or tornado or just failing pieces of equipment. Yeah.
And how soon after damage would that have to be cleaned up?
ASAP. We'd want to get out there as soon as possible because if the project's offline, you know, it's not generating any electricity.
And during the zoning board meeting, Mr. Person did say that they are contractually obligated to replace those because of their contract with them.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Scott, if we were to vote no on this building permit, where's it go from here?
I mean, that's the end of the journey for that special use building permit. They have the right to appeal that decision, I believe. But then it would probably go to litigation.
And ultimately, the state has the say on.
The state has the say on it. The state says that so long as Arena Renewables or any other solar or wind energy facility follows the state's rules, and that we also follow the state's rules, which we do with our zoning ordinance, that we cannot say no.
Good. Yes, sir.
So what about if your company goes broke, you know, companies go broke? So does that, I guess you don't have to clean it up after that, do you?
Well, the bond would be in place. That's the security the bond provides. In a worst case scenario, if the project were to be abandoned, nobody's operating it anymore, the landowner or the county would have the funds on hand to go remove it. That said, these projects do have this contract with Ameren for 25 years. They're generating electricity, they're generating revenue. It's very, very, very rare for them to be abandoned.
And I would like to add that it's an 11-year period for that bond to be fully funded.
Can you explain that a little further?
So the state, through the AMA, the state regulates that they're basically 10% every year after the first year of operation.
So they have 10 years to fully fund the bond?
After the first year of operation.
Okay.
So an 11-year total.
And then on this particular project, what is the amount?
I don't know.
It's probably about $350,000 per project. And it would increase with inflation over time, so it has to be reevaluated every so few years. The bond has to step up in value over time. For the
So
AMA.
if I understand what you just stated, it's approximately $350,000 bond that will get $35,000 a year in cleanup. So something happens to their point in year one, or year two, we've only secured $35,000. How does it get cleaned up?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's $350,000 roughly per project. The state AMA requirements say that you have to have the full, like to Scott's point, that the full value needs to be in place in year 10. We're happy to put the full value up at building permit. We're okay with that. We can make that a condition of this approval. It's not that burdensome. That would provide extra protection even during construction. That's fine with us.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. Are you familiar with the project that is up by Maroa right outside Maroa that I don't think it ever got completed? The wind came through there, and the last time I was up there, it didn't appear to me that anybody's even done anything to fix that. Is that your company up there?
That's not our company. I'm not familiar with that project either.
You haven't seen pictures of that?
I have not.
Well, it never got completed, and it looks like, I'm sure it was wind, and it looked like kites thrown through that. They were just turned every which way and stuff. And the last time I was up on 51, nobody has done anything to fix, correct, or clean that mess up.
Welcome to the Gauntlet, sir. You're the first one to come across the table, so you're going to catch
Yes,
it all.
sir. No worries. Happy to answer the questions.
So I guess you mentioned that having a full bond at the beginning, what's the process for that agreement?
You can make it a condition of the special use permit approval tonight, and you won't be able to issue the building permit unless the bond's in place already with the county. We can do that.
And you gave me, you mentioned a number that was approximate. What
Yeah,
is
so
the
there's,
actual?
in our submission documents, there's a specific number for each project. It was generated by our engineer, our civil engineer, Kimley Horn, and you can make it to that number. So that's the full amount, 100%, even before the start of construction.
Do we table this and send it back to the zoning board to have their stamp of approval on the requirement, or do we just make it a condition here? Seems like there's a lot of questions that maybe need to be addressed, and possibly a more intimate setting like a zoning committee meeting might be a better place to get a lot of those concerns answered. And
When do you guys meet, Scott?
Say that again?
When do you guys usually meet?
Typically, it's the fourth Thursday of every month at 6 p.m. However, I'm not sure that you were allowed to send it back to the zoning board.
So it sounds like an amendment to
an amendment on the fly.
to the agreement. I mean, on that particular condition.
Do you have the numbers, Scott? Is that what you're looking for?
Format.
So my understanding is then the value of all the equipment that's on those pieces of land, we're being told is $350,000, give or take.
No,
It
that's,
sounds like the takedown,
The mitigation.
meaning something goes bad, they pull.
Right.
350 would clean it up. Is that correct?
that's correct.
The decommissioning,
To, remove the panels, dig up the access road, remove the wiring, remove the fences.
Mr. Chairman. Does that also remove any underground wire that's been placed?
Yes.
This Matlock has her hand.
I'm sorry.
So let me make this easy for anybody that's kind of lost in the shuffle here. So we're talking year one, after the first year, there would be a bond for $35,000.
There would be, we're proposing to put the full amount in place.
Okay, well, just follow me here.
Yep.
We're gonna change it, we have to go back to zoning. So, what you're saying at year 10, it would be worth $350,000 to clean up the mess that's made. If a tornado goes through, which we live in central Illinois, so tornadoes go through, hailstorm goes through and damages every solar panel. You're saying on year 10, there'd only be $350,000 to clean up the mess.
I'm saying in today's dollars, it would cost roughly $350,000 per project, roughly $700,000 total, because there's 2 projects here. And we're gonna put up the full amount, $700,000 at construction here.
Okay, and that's a new thing you're adding as of this evening, correct?
No, I'm just recommending it as a condition of approval for this evening.
But it would still be a 10% per year?
No, it would be 100%.
100% per year?
100% from the beginning.
Upfront. So, according to what I'm reading here, and anybody's welcome to come up here, we can share this. That amount says 360 something, right?
$367,696.34 is the subtotal.
That's for, is that Juniper 1's at the top?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then Juniper 2 is 345, so in the neighborhood of the $700,000. And so then it states that there's a 2.9% per year inflation adjustment to that, is that correct?
Yeah.
How does that work then?
Yeah, I'd have to look at that document, but
You're welcome to look at it, because
sure.
if the questions exist.
Sure. Usually, the requirements I'm familiar with are every 5 years, we do a totally new value assessment. They're saying that assuming a 2.9% inflation rate come year 35, it would be $1.1 million would be needed to remove.
And that's on Juniper 1, Juniper 2 would be $1,035,000.
Yep. So, and our intent is to step up the value of the bond in intervals. Typically, it's 5-year intervals. We give you a new estimate. Maybe it's $450,000 in 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, full amount would then be $2.3 million front. Is that what?
No. So the upfront would be the initial.
Just the 350.
Your 367 plus my 345.
So roughly 700,000 fronted.
I appreciate the thought on this and Arena Renewables' attempt at providing it up front. The state of Illinois says that you cannot ask for more than what is provided in the AIM.
They didn't ask.
Okay, just letting you know.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I remember years ago, maybe 40 or 50 years ago, they had solar panels and they would put them up, and the sun is very destructive and it does destroy things. And the early panels, they would lose 10% of their energy collecting capability in the first year.
Yeah.
How was yours do?
They lose a 1.5% in the first year, and they lose 0.5% every year thereafter. So, when they're done 30, 40 years from now, they're 80% effective from new. Yeah. That's how we model it for our energy production forecasts internally.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have a question. So if we vote no on this tonight, the landowner or the company, either one, has the opportunity then to appeal it, correct?
I believe so.
And it'll go to litigation with the state, and then the state already has in place that this can be done, correct?
Correct.
So the chance of the landowner and the company prevailing is there, correct? Regardless of what we vote tonight?
Correct. If you choose to vote no, in my opinion, there's a lot of room for litigation, and I don't think the county would win it.
So if we're voting no, it's more of just a stance on our feelings on solar panels, correct?
Unless you can provide a legitimate risk to health or safety of people around this solar energy facility, that's probably the only area where you could. But
Okay.
You good?
No, that's fine. I just was.
Can this be tabled? And can we check to see if the money can be put up front And can we revisit this rather than sitting here, trying to figure this out?
What does this do?
You can table it. We're required to have hearings within a certain amount of time, but there is no time frame on finishing the hearing, so you can table it if you want to.
Okay, so I guess question back to you on that then is this is suitable as far as public hearings regarding the topic? Do we need to have additional, like, special meetings as a public hearing for this? Or
No,
we
we
can
just-
table, come back in a different meeting
Correct.
for this discussion?
Yes.
Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I make
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we go into litigation, is the county gonna be, are we gonna be responsible for money going towards litigation, or who's this litigating?
They would litigate against the county for turning down the special use permit. That's a good question.
So it could get expensive for the county?
It could. I don't have those figures. I know it's happened in other counties in Illinois, and those counties have laws.
Yeah, because the state's telling us we can't tell them no. I mean, we can tell them no, but it's gonna cost the county money, and we're gonna lose anyway. I mean, so really, what's all this discussion about? I'm done.
Understand. Yes, ma'am.
Why can't this go back to the zoning committee? Is there something that the state's saying that it cannot be submitted back to the zoning committee? It does say that?
The zoning board, because of their position, you can't send something back to the zoning board on special use permits.
And can you tell me where you're getting that from? I would like to see
State
that.
statutes, but I don't have them on me.
Good.
I'm going to make a motion that we table it.
Second it.
All right, I've got a motion to table. I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No, I'm opposed.
No.
Can you repeat
No.
that? Which,
Sorry.
can you repeat that? Which, all those in favor of table with aye? Is that-
Yeah,
Roll call.
a roll call vote. To table, please.
Point of order. Roll call to table.
This-
Yes
This
means
is
table.
a motion to table.
Yes is table,
Yes.
no is not the table.
Yes, sir.
Bang,
Yes.
Brown,
No.
Cole,
No.
Edwards,
No.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hardy,
Yes.
Matlock,
No.
Mayhall,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Did you say no?
I said yes.
She said yes.
That's what I thought. Mitchell,
No.
Morse,
No.
Price,
Yes.
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 Pritchard,
No.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
No.
Seifert,
No.
Tate,
No.
Wofford,
No.
Wallace,
No.
Wood.
Yes.
Okay, motion to table fails. 18 nays, 8 ayes.
Okay. Back to discussion. Yes, sir.
You mentioned 25 years, is that a guaranteed time?
Yes.
So within that time, then your insurance will fix anything up that would, if there was any damage?
I partially heard your question, but yes, there's insurance for the whole life of the project.
Okay, so this money that we're talking about is only whenever it's needed for reclaiming the site.
Correct.
So any other time, that money wouldn't be used except at the end of the project.
Correct. The insurance would be used if there's damage during the life of the project, and there's a big incentive for us to get it back online as soon as possible so we can keep selling electricity. There's also pressure that the locality could apply if it's unsightly for too long. You know, you could threaten to revoke our permit or impose fines.
I just thought maybe there was some confusion that
Yeah,
that initial amount of money would be to fix it up as well as reclaim it.
it's just reclaiming. It's just decommissioning and reclamation, the money up front. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to direct this question to you. You're probably familiar with the statute since you're running this. Is there a statute that says it cannot go back to the zoning committee?
Yes, there is.
Then can you give me that statute?
Yes, I don't have a printout, but I can email it to you after this.
And can you give me the wording of how that's worded?
It's pretty dense, it's pretty lengthy, but so long as we meet the zoning requirements of the county, those are the county adopted those zoning requirements from the state. Those were mandated from the state to all the counties. So long as we meet all the requirements of that county zoning ordinance, we receive approval.
But you did not submit the interconnect agreement when you initially submitted to the that came after.
We submitted our interconnection application and we submitted our interconnection study. And we got the full interconnection agreement fully executed a couple of weeks ago. So we're not trying to hide anything.
And are you able to sell to any other company? Would the county be dealing with your group for 25 years, or are you able to pass this off to somebody else?
You'll be dealing with our group in the short and medium term. Not sure about the full 25, 40 years. That's a long time period. But yeah, us. So it's kind of, yeah.
Because I know that a lot of companies come in and they're passing the ball to somebody else. So you're...
No, our intent is to take it through.
Can I ask, where do you have other projects like this in the state?
Yep, so we've been in Illinois for a couple of years now. We're also working in Pennsylvania, Maryland, doing battery storage in New York. And we have projects throughout the whole state in different stages of development. Our furthest along, this is one of our furthest along. We have others that are far along in St. Clair County and Randolph County.
That have started building, or
Yes.
still in this process?
Yep.
That have started building?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But not in production yet?
Not in production yet.
Where are these made at? In America or elsewhere?
Yeah, so there's been a big shift to manufacture the panels in America. So even foreign companies have brought factories over to America. For example, the panels that we've spec'd here are Q cells. They have a manufacturing facility in Georgia, I believe. There's also panels made in the USA from a company called Standard Solar and US Solar. So, yeah, that's been a big shift from the legislation a few years ago that incentivized that. There were a few extra tax credits if you bought domestic panels, so it makes sense to do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions or discussion for Mr. McKee?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
you might have to give me the numbers again. I'd like to make a motion that we amend this building use permit to include the full bond up front that is stated in there, with the annual percentage increase to be paid annually to that bond. Not every 5 years, but annually.
Okay, so motion is to have the decommissioning bond be paid in full up front, which totals on Arena Juniper 1 is $367,000, $367,696.34, with Juniper 2 being $344,888.16. Is there a second on the motion?
Along with the
Along with
percentage.
the inflation annualized. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second from Ms. Edwards, so I will now defer back on discussion. On the amendment is, we'll make it clear that you've offered
Yes.
this up front. However, with the amendment, do we, in any of this process, have the ability to determine the inflation payment to be annual?
I don't have an answer to that question.
How do we determine that? We'd have to reissue a new bond every year at an inflated rate. We're happy to do that. We can do the 2.9%. It can just be written in the condition that annually, maybe on a certain date, maybe by January 1st every year, we have to provide a new bond with an updated value.
And then, so let's just go back to what you originally would do.
Yep.
Every 5 years.
Yep.
You file that with the state and the county, or you file it with the landowner in the county? Where does that go?
We file it with the county or the landowner. Typically the county is sufficient. And I mean, we could do something where it increases at 2.9% every year, and then every 5th year we have to get an entirely new estimate from an engineer, and then we can work off of that value and escalate that. That's fine.
I like that idea, every 5th year with a reevaluation.
So, on the amendment, we're not actually amending the last year. You're just stating you'll bring it back every 5 years with a different assessment. Yes, ma'am.
I think if we're gonna be talking about this stuff and Ruth's not here, I think that we need to have the state's attorney's input into the legal part of this and stuff.
Mr. Chairman, if we're not allowed to send it back to the zoning board, and we're not allowed to make this front money conditional, no offense to Mr. Pritchard and his amendment, but voting yes on that amendment is just as futile as anything else. I don't see why anybody would vote for that. We can't force them to do it. They've said they're going to do it. Okay, you have to accept it at face value because we can't make it conditional. I agree on legal counsel. I think at the last meeting I attended, we voted for Ms. Woolery to be able to hire some specialists. There's a lot of angst, anxiety, and questions in this group. That's why I was in favor of tabling it, but I yield back.
Ma'am.
I want to be clear with the intentions for your purpose. We're good people here. This is a hard job, what we do. My concern is people in my district and how they feel about this, and how it affects my county, and how it affects the landowner. And I want to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, because we don't know you. We know Jared Roney, and I don't want Jared to be taken to the cleaners either. So I want to make sure if a hailstorm comes through in 2 years, and he says, you guys go, this ain't working, we're going to head out east somewhere. He's not stuck with the fence. And I want to know, let me finish. I want to know in 20 years, if it's time to, hit the road or decommission or whatever, Jared's not left with $1 million worth of cleanup and he can't get his farm ground back. The good Lord only makes so much farm ground. Why do you need his? That's our concern. I want to make sure that he's protected as well. He may not realize that, but that is our intention to protect it as well. So, whatever it's worth.
Understood. Yeah. We're trying to do this the right way. We're not trying to pull a fast one on anybody. We've extended our hand here. We'd be happy with that condition. Usually there are conditions associated with a special use permit approval. It would be for the full amount to remove it. If a hailstorm came through and it was so destructive that we decided not to repair, the money, the decommissioning money would be used then, even in that case. So,
And if decommissioning costs a lot more, then what?
well, we're covering the decommissioning fully.
Well, there's
Is
a
our
difference
intent.
between fully and a dollar amount, so
The dollar amount, yeah. So,
you're saying up to a dollar amount, because if it's $2 million and Jared gets 700, then what? That's my concern.
Let's try to stay on point here. This discussion was about the amendment. Any other discussion, questions on the amendment? Mr. Ray, would you like to speak?
Can I say something?
You may.
Right across the fence line, the co-op has their panels that have been there for about 10 years. So they'd be right up. Nobody would see, literally you only see about 2 or 3 acres of panels along the hard road. So, but the co-op, I mean, we are right across the fence line. So, I mean, I understand forces of nature, I understand all of that, but, I mean, they're gonna butt up against each other. It's just on that side is Shelby Electric, on our side's Ameren. That's just how the districts fall. So.
yeah, it's a well-hidden site. There's no homes that have a direct view of it. There's no homes that have to drive by it. There's a short stretch that's exposed to the road, and we're putting in landscaping. That's above and beyond the code. We're paying for that ourselves. It's a good faith effort to hide it. So it doesn't add any traffic to the area, no new kids in the school district, no strain on police or fire. So no pollution, no fertilizer, no impervious surfaces throughout the field.
So Tad, he made a public comment, so I don't think.
It was not public comment, it's related to the landowner. So, thank you. Yes, sir.
Scott, they have completed all the requirements by the county, correct?
That is correct.
And all the requirements by the state?
All the requirements that the state allows us to require.
Okay. So,
We're on the amendment still.
We're on the amendment still.
I have nothing.
Okay.
The amendment.
Okay. Anybody else have anything on the amendment?
Based on what I'm hearing, we don't have a lot of say in this anyway. If we vote no, then they're gonna appeal it, it's gonna go to the state. The state's gonna say all the requirements were met, they're gonna allow it pushed through. So at least with that amendment, if we do this now, we can say, hey, this bond is paid up front. We're having input into the agreement and how it's going to be structured.
Yes, ma'am.
My issue is if it's a legally binding agreement. I mean, what do we have? We're negotiating in a board meeting. And
Well,
we
the
don't have
agreement's
legal
right there.
counsel here.
The agreement's there.
What's that?
The agreement's sitting right there.
Yes, but we don't have, if he's offering to put up money, that's not in the agreement. So, you know, we're adding to something that isn't in there, correct? When we're putting in a dollar amount and saying, we're agreeing to this, that's what we're doing. We're changing that original agreement with said amendment. But we're negotiating a contract in the board meeting, correct?
We're not negotiating, we're just adding wording to it. The
But
negotiation's already been there.
we're discussing this amendment, and are we really allowed to put the amendment on there? I mean, he's offering, and that's the only way we can do that is by him offering it. So, and you clarified that he's offering. So is this amendment for the offer? Because I'm kind of confused now on what the amendment's on.
Okay, to be clear, the amendment, so rather than the decommissioning amounts being paid over a 10-year period.
Right. They're offering to put it all up front now.
That's correct.
Okay, so we're amending the contract to his offer, so it's legal. Otherwise, we couldn't even do that.
You're not amending the zoning code, you're just adding a condition to our approval.
That you've offered.
That we've offered. And I don't think it's controversial. We would adhere to it. We'd have to provide it to get the building permit. So.
On the amendment, I was not aware that the landowner is here. Would you address the landowner and ask him if this amendment condition to the application is something that he really wants us to do or not do?
It's fair. Mr. Ronan? Yep, so with the amendment, the question is, since you are the one affected the most with the decommissioning process, the question is this something that you think is necessary to have up front versus over a 10-year period?
I feel like it's a show of good faith. I feel like whatever the state says is how it kind of should go, but I'm not here to obstruct. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to get cleaned up if something does happen. What I fall back on is their co-op. I mean, there's enough trees around there. They've been there 10 years and nothing's moved. I farm right next to it every year. So not to say that Mother Nature's not going to drop a tornado right down on top of it, but there's risk in everything we do.
Yeah, to be clear, in that scenario, that's insurance for rejuvenation, not decommissioning.
Correct. Correct.
So I want to make sure that what Mr. Ross is asking is understood. And I think that the amendment that we have here is being made with you in mind, because it's your land.
I appreciate it, yeah.
And so I want to make sure I ask the question one more time, maybe slightly different. How important is it to you for us to amend this agreement to have all of that money up front versus what was originally proposed over a 10-year period, 11-year period?
I trust these guys. I mean, I think it's a show of good faith, like I said, and I think, I mean, if they're willing to do that, I think that shows that they're committed fully, and I mean, that's where I stand on it. I mean, it's like they say, it's all based on what the state says anyway.
Sure.
And so, because I've dealt with a couple other, I mean, everybody's gotten the flyers in the mail. I'm getting a little off tangent, but these guys are the only ones that were legit. So, I mean, you see a stack of papers there.
Right.
It's going to get taken care of.
Thank you. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you. What was handed to me is a letter from Accelerant, which is, sorry, for Arena Renewables that is currently bonded by Accelerant, National Insurance Company, that they provide surety support for Arena Renewables, LLC, on single bonds up to $400,000 with an aggregate bond program of $400,000. So with the input from the landowner himself, which is really what this amendment is designed for, is for his protection. Is there any other discussion on the amendment? Yes.
Can we discuss the amendment as Austin suggested and table it for review by Ruth? Because I believe everybody needs to review it before we go through this. I think if we don't allow her to review, we could, we're missing something. We need to make sure it's right.
I don't understand the question.
Can we agree to amend it with that wording, but I still want Ruth to review it. She's the lawyer in the family, not the rest of us.
Okay, so the amendment will get voted on, which will take us back then to the original motion with the amendment. So,
I'm sorry.
yes, ma'am.
Is this contract that we're talking about changing, is that between the company and the landowner or the company and the county?
So the answer to that is twofold. So there is a separate contract between the company and the landowner.
Okay.
This is us approving an agreement for them to have the building permit to move forward on this project.
Okay.
Is that fair summary? Yes.
So the contract, though, that we're talking about amending, is that with the county?
Yes. That is, so this is the special use building permit. I mean, all of this is on
That
a
has been
special.
approved through zoning?
Correct.
Well,
It is-
will be. This is to vote on the special use
Based on,
permit.
yeah, okay.
Right, so it's gone through zoning.
Mhm.
Mr. McKee has indicated that it's met all of the local and state criteria
Mhm.
for the project.
Mhm. Okay.
Does that help clear up what you're asking? So there are two
Yeah,
facets.
because I'm thinking, why are we asking the state's attorney to amend the contracts between a company and a land, or review a company and a landowner? Because that's private business.
And it's really, it's not a contract, and we're just giving them a building permit. It's a special use building permit.
Yeah, so, okay.
So on the amendment, any other discussion? Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a question before we vote.
Okay.
Are we voting on the amendment without Ruth looking at it?
We're voting on the amendment, which takes it back then to the original motion with the amendment.
And
So this only takes us back to where we started a long time ago. If that makes sense. Okay. Any other discussion on just the amendment? All right, seeing none, as it relates to the amendment, a roll call vote, please.
Bain?
Present.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Edwards?
Yes.
Gregg?
Yes.
Hardy?
Yes.
Matlock?
No.
Mayhaw?
Yes.
Miller?
No.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Morse?
No.
Price?
No.
Pritchard?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Stroll?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes.
Tate?
Yes.
Wofford?
Yes.
Wallace?
Abstain.
Wood?
No.
Amendment passes 13 ayes, 1 abstain, 1 present, and 5 nays.
Okay, so the amendment has passed, which includes the upfront payment on both projects for decommissioning as offered by the company's representative. Back to the original motion as amended. Any further discussion on this item? Yes, sir.
Yeah. I got nothing against anybody trying to make money. I think that's great. I went to school to build windmills. I thought that's something I'd like to do. And I soon found out that they would not pay for themselves in their entirety of their life. And I don't know if it's the same thing with solar panels, but somebody's paying to put those panels out there. And again, I like Mr. Roney. He seemed like a nice young man. That we all pay to put these things out here, and we'll never probably get our return. Now, I could be wrong about the solar panels. I don't know anything about them. And then you talk about life and limb, and if the only way that we can reject it, it's a danger to people. But we live in the grain belt, We are well-fed people here. We got deer and beef, and we got lots of ground. But this ground is valuable ground. And when we go putting solar panels on, why did we put them on roofs or something like that? Why are we eating up property that produces? Because we're not going to starve. The less food that's being grown, the less food that's being made, there are people that will starve. They may not be here, they'll be somewhere else. And that's a fact. So anyway, you do with that what you want, but that's true.
Any other discussion on the amended item? Seeing none. So we have one walk out. We'll give it a second. Might take it this page. Need a second to put your minutes together. Okay, any further discussion?
Thanks.
Sorry. Okay, seeing no further discussion, roll call vote on item 10, please.
Bain,
Mr. Chairman,
Can we
point of order.
clarify the vote real quick?
Except, so, the vote is on item 10,
Yeah.
which is a discussion and vote to approve the special use building permit as amended for arena renewables for the Juniper 1 and 2 solar energy facilities on Shelby County parcel 2013-170-00-400-006.
Bain,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hardy,
No.
Matlock,
No.
Mayhall,
Yes.
Miller,
No.
Mitchell,
No.
Morse,
Yes.
Price,
No.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seibert,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Wofford,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yes.
Wood.
No.
Motion passes 14 ayes, 6 nays.
Great, thank you, Scott. You want this stuff back? Scott, you want this back?
Stop.
Are you the draft of your resolution or?
I will have to leave it that safe, so just get the exact wording to me, and I will revise it. Just get it back.
Thanks, sir. All right, move on to item 11, which is discussion and vote to approve the following: a resolution to enter into a joint agreement for local use of local funds for performing a Cape Seal on 7.9 miles of County Highway 19 west of Illinois 128. Estimates total cost $1,750,000, of which $150,000 can be used from FASM. Item B, I was asked to remove because it's no longer necessary. Item C, announcement of $599,434 of HSEP grant to be used to complete the Cape Seal on County Highway 19 from county line with Christian County to Route 16, which provides better skid resistance to aid in decreasing accidents on this road. Have a motion on this. Ms. Matlock, have a second. Mr. Price. Hi.
Hello. Thank you. As far as item A, it is, we are looking to Cape Seal this road. It is an oil and chip with a microsurface on top. It is going to preserve the road, what is there, for probably a period of 7 to 10 years. So it is just resurfacing the road in slight form just to preserve what we have there. And then item C, and continuing in that is my team put together an application earlier in the year, and we did receive a $599,000 roughly grant. That's 90% of the cost of a Cape Seal, along with some other improvements that are required. This is an HSIP grant. It is to improve safety. There have been some unfortunate accidents on that road, and that is to decrease that possibility, give it better skid resistance. A lot of my peers said you never get a HSIP for a paving project, and my team, we got one. So we consider that a good success. So with that, I would entertain any questions regarding those two items.
Any questions, comments, discussion? Mr. Tappendorf? Good job. Again, the dollar amounts on the grants keep racking up, so thank you for that. You guys have done a fantastic job.
Good job.
Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hardy,
Yes.
Matlock,
Yes.
Mayhaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Morse,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seibert,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Wofford,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. On item 12, discussion and vote to amend the contract for the key comp position from an hourly position to a salary position for $43,225. Have a motion on this item, please. And Mr. Pritchard and Ms. Bain. Any questions or discussion on item 12? Yes, sir.
Why are we doing this?
The purpose of this was to really facilitate the payroll process, to make it a little bit easier, as well as the benefits piece to this. It helps in the up times, low times of the contract. And then the dollar amount was determined by the mid-range of the hours we agreed on in the original contract, which was 20 to 30. So the hours 25 times the hourly rate is where the salary amount came in.
Okay.
Isn't this grant funded?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Which is still tax dollars. It's state, it's funded by the state.
Any other questions, discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain,
Yes.
Brown,
No.
Cole,
Yes.
Edwards,
No.
Gray,
Yes.
Hardy,
No.
Matlock,
Yes.
Mayhaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Morse,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seibert,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Wofford,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yeah.
Wood. Motion passes 17 ayes.
Thank you. Item 13, discussion and vote to approve the resolution to submit an advisory referendum to the voters of Shelby County regarding the federal scholarship tax credit. Have a motion to this. Mr. Ross, have a second. Mr. Price. An organization reached out to me maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, of which you received the materials that explains a little bit about this. This program exists. Illinois does not participate. So while Illinois residents can contribute, Illinois students cannot benefit from this program. It's an opt-in program. And we're basically asking, the board is voting to put this on the ballot next year as a non-binding resolution to the voters to encourage participation from the state level. So, that's a very abbreviated version of this. And some of the highlights too is it's scholarships for any students, but it's also public and private, and also extends further into the homeschool community as well. Any questions or comments on this? So we got done. And then regarding the referendum before, is this a roll call vote? Okay. All right. See no discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item 14, discussion and vote to approve SERMA contract 12/1 of 2025 to 11/30 of 2026. Insurance pricing for liability and workman's comp at a cost of $316,631, which represents a 6.04% increase over the previous year. I have a motion on SERMA. Ms. Matlock in the back. Mr. Tate. Any questions or discussion on our contract with SERMA? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Babe?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Edwards?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Hardy?
Yes.
Matlock?
Yes.
Mayhall?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Morse?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Pritchard?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Stroll?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes.
Tate?
Yes.
Wofford?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Move on to item 15, which is discussion and vote to approve the cybersecurity insurance pricing with SERMA from 12/1 of 25 to 11/30 of 2026 for $3,180, which represents a $645 decrease from the previous year. I have a motion on this item, please. Ms. Wood, Mr. Pritchard, any questions or discussion on item 15? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Edwards?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Hardy?
Yes.
Matlock?
Yes.
Mayhall?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Morse?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Pritchard?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Stroll?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes.
Tate?
Yes.
Wofford?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 16, discussion and vote to approve the Pareto health insurance pricing for 1/1 of 2026 through 12/31 of 2026. A motion on this item, please. Ms. Matlock, in a second. Ms. Miller, this was discussed last month a little bit on the pricing and discussions that we had with the health insurance providers, of which increases benefit to the employees, all the while our premiums will actually go down. So the total renewal percentage decrease is 8.9% over last year. And so looking at the original would have been 1.434 million, and this becomes 1.306. And so, again, as Mr. Grady pointed out last month, it's a matter of just asking the right questions, having a discussion, and letting them kind of show us the way on where some of the insurance benefits could be improved, as well as the cost decrease to the county. So, I'll entertain any questions or discussion. Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Edwards?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Hardy?
Yes.
Matlock?
Yes.
Mayhall?
Yes.
Miller?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Morse?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Pritchard?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Stroll?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes.
Tate?
Yes.
Wofford?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. On item 17, discussion and vote to approve the lease agreements and rental fees between Shelby County In Shelby County Community Services for the following. Item A is county storage located at South Morgan and South First for $6,600 a year. Item B is the EMA zoning office at 315 South Main for $3,300 per year. I have a motion on item 17, please. Mr. Mitchell, Ms. Matlock. Any questions, discussion? Yes, sir.
On item A, what exactly is being stored at South Morgan Street?
That's a combination of clerk and treasurer and
Circuit clerk and county board.
I mean, what's being stored there?
Documents, records that can't be disposed of.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Is this where they got water, or they got damaged at one time? We was talking about buying out there. Is that all, is this a new deal?
They put a new roof on it. I don't know that any records were ever damaged.
I thought that was the way, I thought that was what the deal was, it was getting in bad shape and records were getting damaged and stuff, that's why.
Well, I mean, we can't really afford, temperature controlled record storage, so without that.
Is this temperature controlled? This ain't temperature. Okay, that's all.
Any other discussion, questions? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole? Yes. Edwards?
Yes.
Gray?
Yes.
Hardy?
Yes.
Matlock? Yes. Mayhaw?
Yes.
Miller? Yes. Mitchell?
Yes.
Morris?
Yes.
Price?
Yes.
Pritchard?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Stroll?
Yes.
Seifert?
Yes.
Tate?
Yes.
Walker?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. On item 18, discussion and vote to approve the managed services contract for IT services with MyTech Solutions, Inc. from 12/1/2025 through 11/30/2026 at a monthly fee of $6,000. Have a motion on this item, please. Ms. Wood on the motion, second. Ms. Bain on second. Questions or discussion? Yes, ma'am.
Is this the same amount that we paid this year?
No. He increased it because he's added additional machines.
Okay. And it's still broken up by department?
No, it hasn't been that way for a few years. It's just one lump sum for all of the departments that participate.
But is there budget? Do I see something
It's in
finance?
It's in the 029 budget.
Okay,
Other added expenses is MyTech charges for other things besides this monthly fee.
Well, I mean, if you have to buy a new computer, new hardware, something like that, yes.
But this is if they have to come in and take care of stuff, or they're providing.
This is their server maintenance, this is the email, this is everything, the website. Yes, sir.
This has nothing to do with the court, right? This is just county business?
This would be the county systems, yes. Yes, sir.
Does this get put out for bid or anything? 6,000 a month seems like a...
Yeah, it's so being a service doesn't have to, but we've discussed, Ms. Miller had conversations with some other companies throughout the year. 6,000 was. It is a fair point that we discussed that.
That seems like an awful high to run.
Yeah, and again, it's something that we discussed. I think we get a little bit late in the year for that activity. It's something that in the first part of the year, if it's desired, we can explore that at that time. Any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain?
yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Cole?
Yes.
Edwards?
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hardy,
Yes.
Matlock,
Yes.
Mayhall,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Morris,
Here.
Price,
Yes.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seibert,
Yeah.
Kate,
Yes.
Swafford,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. On item 19, discussion of vote to approve the fiscal year 2026 annual budget. I have a motion on this item. Please have Ms. Beam on the motion, Mr. Matlock on the second. Before we get into any other discussion, I want to again reiterate my appreciation for those involved in the budget process. It definitely was a little easier this year, a little bit of understanding. I think that there's still information gaps and learning that we had to do. But a lot of lessons learned this year. Not being here, again, I want to extend my appreciation to Mr. Dantis as well, who was very helpful, very instrumental in a lot of the understanding and the dialogue in this process as well. An update on where we stand for fiscal year 25, since there was a lot of discussion last year about a budget being passed as a deficit. We are slightly over 96% of the way through the year. As it relates to the general fund, with some expenditures that we're going to pass here in a little bit, we are around 75% of the budget spent year to date. So still trending below what that looks like. The numbers were, I believe, somewhere around $2 million under what was budgeted. Obviously, that number will change as we wrap up the rest of this fiscal year in the next 2.5 weeks. And then combine the general fund and special funds for the total budget. Again, 96% of the way through the year, of which is 88% spent. So on both elements to that, the spending was under what was budgeted for. So with that, I will entertain discussion and comments, questions. Yes, ma'am.
Was that second number 80% or 88%?
88.
88, okay.
Chad, for the 26 annual budget, can you just give a brief, just so it's out there for public that may be watching, what the expenditures versus the revenue is?
Yeah, I was going through all that a while ago, and it's been out there as far as me consolidating those documents in front of me. I don't have all of that in front of me at the moment, so unless you happen to have it.
I don't have mine pulled up, my stuff.
I will allow you to review that to verify. I think I'm on page 175 of 175. And that looks like it.
So for 26, fiscal year 26, is the grand total revenue estimate is $21,166,112, with expenses projected at $20,683,424, with a difference of $482,688,000. And since we have this here,
I have it mounted.
yeah, there's up there too, so, nope, we're good. So, is that what you were looking for? Okay. Yeah, and again, this is the document that was in the clerk's office on the website for review. Any other questions or comments? Yes,
What
sir.
is the total of the 26 budget compared to the 25 budget?
It's on the same page.
Yeah, if I can answer, the 26 budget is 21,100,000. The 25 budget was, 20,683,000 for 26, 20,801,000 for 25, down 150,000.
Down in, we're up a little bit for 26, is that?
No, sir, we're down.
Damn.
20,801,000 in 25, 20,683,000 for 26, so we're down about 150,000 in expenses.
Okay.
Any other questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Bain,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Cole,
Yes.
Edwards,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Hardy,
Yes.
Matlock,
Yes.
Mayhall,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Price,
Yes.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seifert,
Yes.
Tate,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Great. Thank you, and again, thank you to everybody involved in this, as well as the department heads for their cooperation. Again, we will look to continue that process next year and be engaged throughout the year. Moving on to item 20, discussion and vote to approve liquor license renewals for the following establishments for the fiscal year 25-26. Jackie's Gaming, DBA Lucky Ducks Gaming, which is a Class 5 Restaurant B. Oak Terrace, which is a Class 3 Resort. Willow Ridge Winery, which is 2, which is Class 4 Winemakers, and Class 7 Banquet Hall. Twilight Distillery, which is Class 8 Craft Distiller. Balling Vineyards, which is 2, which is a Class 4 Winemaker, and Class 7 Banquet Hall. Eagle Creek Golf Course, which is Class 6 Golf Course, and Game On LLC, which is Class B Restaurant. I have a motion on item 20, please. Ms. Bain, I'll second on Ms. Wood. Any questions or discussion? Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, what do all those numbers mean? Class 7, Class 5?
It's the classification at the county level that we're given to the different liquor licenses. So it's just a number associated with each license to identify it. It's an identifier.
Okay.
If that's fair, is that a fair assessment?
Okay.
The state has their own, so when it comes to these liquor licenses, this is local. They still have to get through the state.
Okay, when I read this, I see Class 5 and Class 7. I think that's their different license, different type of license.
They are. And so the definition of them, or the name of the license, is in line with the number. So Class 7 Banquet Hall is for banquet halls.
Oh, I got you. Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other discussion or questions? Okay. Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Move on to item 21, committee reports. Anything from committees? Okay. Moving on to item 22, which is chairman updates and correspondence. I've got a letter here from Clean Grid Alliance. I'll read the introductory paragraph and then leave it up here for anybody who would like to read it. I'm reaching out on behalf of my organization, Clean Grid Alliance, a nonprofit organization that partners with local leaders and communities across the Midwest to provide education and resources on energy infrastructure projects. We are pleased to invite you to a private informational meeting about wind energy at 6 p.m. Wednesday, December 10th at the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Lake Shelbyville Visitor Center, which is located at 1989 Illinois Route 16 in Shelbyville, Illinois. So there's an invitation here. I do have a letter here from the Supreme Court as it's discussing the budget and the revenue sources for our probation department. And so it goes on to discuss where the funding came from for fiscal year 26, and as Ms. Wade has indicated, they were able to secure their funding from the state for their employees. There is a meeting notice here from United Counties Council of Illinois for a meeting to be held next week, November 17th. To be held at the President Abraham Lincoln Hotel in Springfield with the agenda and other enclosures attached. And there is another letter from UCCI here that is our reimbursements for the year membership. So in July, we were reimbursed for attendance and hotel for Ms. Cole for $924.20. And in September, we were also reimbursed another $585.40 for a total reimbursement to the county of $1,509.60. As far as other updates, back to the budget, the idea or the hope was to have the information for the levy here tonight to also make that a part of what we were going to vote on. Didn't really have all the information we needed to make an informed decision. Again, as others that were involved in that process last year, it's laborious. It's tedious. There's a lot of information to understand, and about the time you think you understand it, right, something happens. So the budget committee has done a really good job of really digging into this. When we used ARPA funds with Sickage, part of that contract was to use them for budgetary services. We've requested help as it relates to the levy, right? So the levy is the part that we set that actually determines how much we are asking from Shelby County residents to pay. And so they were really good about bringing us some historical data, and they have provided us some scenarios to give us examples of what the levy could look like if we were to go to the max, what we can levy, to stay put, or to even cut. And so we have the data. The data is being looked at. They gave us a wonderful spreadsheet to work with as well, where we can mess with the numbers, so to speak, right? And see what that impact is to the, I think, 12 items that we levy for in the county. And so the committee will get together again this month with this information and additional consultation from the areas in which we do levy for, as well as with Sickage, to make sure we're not missing something. The intent is to establish a really good baseline for this process going forward, and to be able to use this tool that they gave us going forward for boards well beyond our tenure, to be able to use this to make really good informed decisions. And so I can't thank them enough, as well as the committee, for the effort they put into this. Again, I think it'd be fair to say the last year we kind of got into it not fully understanding, and this really does help with that understanding. So we hope that we will have that ready for the board for next month. But there's a lot of effort going into that, and a lot of thought process behind what that could look like for next year, with a lot of intentionality, looking at bank balances, what reserves are in there for each one of those line items. So, but to be transparent, one of the items that we know this year we ran into is we fell short on Social Security, and is making sure that as we set the levy for next year, not only is there enough to make sure that when we get to the summer and we possibly have to use some general fund money, but we have money when we get collections next year to pay that back, but also that we have enough for the following 12 months in there, so we're not looking to continue this borrowing process. So it's where in those areas can we move around funds that have reserves to make things match up. And then I think the intentionality for anybody that's here beyond my tenure, this needs to be reviewed in depth every single year to make sure that we are putting the money in the right spots and taking into consideration that the right amount of revenue is being appropriated for the right amount of spending. So that work is being done. Apart from that, I don't have any other updates. So I will move on to item 23, which is chairman appointments, which are as follows, which is Brian McReynolds to the Christian Shelby County 911 Board as the elected official. The appointment is a 3-year term. Ramiro Estrada, term to expire 11/30/2026. Mike Weber to Christian County Shelby 911 Board from Public Safety Sector, term to expire 11/30/2027. Carol Cole to Finance to replace Sonny Ross. Tim Morse to Public Safety to replace Sonny Ross. John Stroll to Road and Bridge. And Teresa Bain to the Budget, Audit, and Legislative Committee. Have a motion on this, please. Mr. Ross, have a second. Mr. Pritchard, Any discussion or questions as it relates to these appointments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Appointments pass. Anybody have any old business? Move on to item 25, which is the approval of claims. Motion to approve claims, please. Ms. Fahey on the motion, I have a second. Ms. Wood on the second. Do you have anything to add
No?
to this? Okay. Any questions or discussion on
Good
bills?
meeting.
Okay, seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Babe,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Cole, Edwards,
Yes.
Gregg,
Yes.
Hardy, Mallon,
Yes.
Mayhaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Mitchell,
Yes.
Morris,
Here.
Price,
Yes.
Pritchard,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Stroll,
Yes.
Seifert,
Yes.
Kate,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Wallace,
Yes.
Wood.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. All right, move on to item 26, which is public body comment. Public body comment?
I have something. I'm going to go back and kind of review where we, the PCOM salary, making it a salary rather than hourly wage. So I just want it to be clear that if the PCOM person works 30 hours a week, she'll be making $27.70 an hour. If she works 20 hours a week, or a pay period, I'm sorry, it's 20 hours a week. It's $41.56 an hour. So for years I've sat in here and we talk about how we want to respect our employees in the building, our deputies, our elected officials, and we just granted a potential part-time employee more money than our elected officials make, if we break it down that way. So that's just my opinion, that I don't think that was wise to make that a salaried position.
Thank you. Public body comment?
Yeah, I just want to give you guys a great thank you for running a different kind of meeting than we had a year or two ago. I think you proved we could sell a county farm, or we could farm a county farm no matter what anyone said. I think you proved you could run a budget and department heads could stay within budget. About a year ago, we had a story that we had to sell a farm in order to balance the budget. Seems like you pretty well proved that wrong. So for the people listening at home that might not be aware of what's going on, the people in the state of Illinois have had solar farms shoved down their throat, whether they want them or not. The reason these people voted yes is because we don't really have a choice. Part of our freedom has been taken away for what we want to do. And then what you end up with is a group like that right here that's figured out a way to make a fortune off of something that people in the county don't want, but we don't have any choice. And I don't find fault with anyone for voting yes or no, because that's your choice. But when it all gets said and done, we don't have a choice. That's all I got to say.
Public body comment?
Thank you, Chairman. We agree on something here, Jake?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No training.
One of the things that I want to address, a couple things, but one in particular, one of the first questions on the solar, is this going to be union? I would urge everybody to go back and listen to all the answers to questions, because you didn't get answers to questions. You got doublespeak. Prevailing wage doesn't mean they're hiring union. Okay? He never answered that particular question. The other thing that I found interesting was you were told you can't deny this unless you identify a health and safety issue. That was by your zoning administrator. I would urge all of you to read the Zoning Act, the County Zoning Act, because one of the most important powers you have and duties you have is found in that act that does talk about promoting public health and safety, morals, comfort, and general welfare, comma, this is the most important one, conserving the values of property throughout the county. It's an undisputed fact. Solar farms and wind farms destroy the property values everywhere they go. That's undisputed. That's grounds to say no. But I'm guessing either your administrator didn't read that. It sounded as if he was advocating for this position more than he was presenting something from the county board or the zoning board. But you absolutely have the power to say no if you can identify those things. That one was never addressed. In regards to your IT contract, I may be wrong, but I believe the law specifically says if any IT-related orders, individual orders, which this is, it's an individual order for an annual contract, if it exceeds $35,000, it has to be bid out. But I may be wrong. Check with your legal counsel on that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Public body comment?
Hi, I just wanted to remind everyone at the end of the survey, it takes 3 minutes, whether you do it on Facebook or you do the physical one here. Every survey helps someone in our community, and I just please take the 3 minutes. It really helps. Thank you.
I appreciate the tenacity on that. Thank you. Lots happened since you first spoke, so thank you. Public body comment?
I just want to say you read a letter from UCCI, and Tim, Teresa, and I will be going to that meeting on Monday in Springfield. And I encourage all board members to go to these meetings. I've been to, I think, 4 this year. The county does get reimbursed every quarter. I believe it's $500 now. It used to be is it $5 now, Jessica? Yes. It used to be $300 a quarter. It's $500. It costs us $1,500 to belong to UCCI. We end up getting that money back. So, there's a lot of good information. You get breakfast and lunch with people, and I just encourage people to go. And to go to Galena to the conference in July.
Yes, sir.
And one of the best things is the interaction with the other board members from other counties, because then you find out that our problems aren't just our problems. And sometimes they have solutions that we have to talk about.
Public body comment? Yes, sir.
I appreciate what you said. However, 55 ILCS 5-12020 states that if a solar or wind energy facility is in compliance with the state, the county shall approve it. There is no ability to say no.
I understand that.
Okay.
Public body comment? Oh, you got it.
I did. Oh, the survey's due by December.
So, yeah, according to this, the survey due by December.
We all got to stay over and do this.
Somebody get her on the board.
She lives in Strasburg.
We like your enthusiasm.
Public body comment? Public body comment? Public body comment? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If you will, and I happen to exceed my 5 minutes, I would appreciate the allowance to complete what I have to say. In 2022, I was elected to the Shelby County Board to represent District 7. I had one real goal in mind to achieve. That goal was to ensure that the men and women who serve on the Shelby County Rescue Squad, as well as those men and women who serve on the Shelby County Dive Team, were without a doubt or any uncertainty properly established as entity of Shelby County, operating as they had done for many years prior. But when the authority to do so was called into questions, answers would be immediately available. Having previously served on both of these entities with the very men and women that are still serving today, I knew this was an important task to see through, if for no other reason but to ensure the health and safety of the men and women serving. Lacking obvious, easily attainable documentation to support either division as a county entity, I felt it vitally necessary to ensure and create, where necessary, those documents. That was my goal, that was my intent. And having discussed that with both leaders of those respective entities, they understood and agreed we all needed to work to that end. Initially, I regret to acknowledge that I failed them both. I apologize first to the citizens of Shelby County and the visitors for my failure. I apologize to the members of both entities for undue stress, aggravation, and uncertainty that was caused by my actions. Lastly, to the leaders, Mr. Pritchard and Mr. Kamick, please accept my public apologies for those initial actions of mine. Truth be told, the now infamous stand-down order was not my idea, nor did it go anywhere near the way I had planned or the goals that I had set. When I agreed to that order, in my thought process, it would have lasted about 5 to 7 days tops, and a resolution would have been created to put the dive team back in full operation just as it was prior. Unfortunately, I was used as a pawn in what I can only express as a game to create chaos, cause division, and hurt this county. It has taken me some time to process, acknowledge, and admit that I was used and sort of played as a fool. I know the members of the dive team suffered mental anguish and uncertainty during this time, while my family and I suffered hatred, loss of relationship, and even death threats. The community suffered with bad representation, unnecessary noise and distraction, not to mention the lack of emergency coverage it should have had been provided. All of this could have been and should have been avoided had my choices in decision-making been better. I'm sorry. And while it wasn't my idea, my name is still on it, and I will wear the failure for many years to come. And before anyone asks, well, where did it come from? I assure you there is no paper trail. I know where it came from. Those creating it know as well, and I suppose that's where it will have to stay for now. Thankfully, that's not the end of the story. Myself, Mr. Mayhall, Mr. Pritchard, and a couple of other very key individuals were able to meet. After a great deal of hard disagreements, back and forth negotiating, we were able to walk out of that meeting agreeable the way that it should be. Thankfully, Mr. Orman, as the board chairman, was able to see the value in the agreement that was reached and used his authority to make necessary adjustments, appointed Mr. Pritchard as commander, and allowed the Shelby County Dive Team to be properly established, fully functional as an entity of Shelby County. While in no way, shape, or form was this the path I imagined, I am very happy to see those men and women have the necessary operating documents, oversight, and assistance from the entire Shelby County Board. The rescue squad also suffered from the actions taken with the dive team, not in the same type of direct way, but with similar uncertainties and stress through the entire process as they saw what was happening. Knowing there was no real authority issued the county board to even establish a rescue squad, we had to go to our Illinois legislators for their help. With the assistance of Senator McClure, a bill was drafted, passed, and signed into law, allowing Shelby County to properly form and protect those who serve our county on a rescue squad. I'm very thankful for all the assistance through that process, as it was certainly not a solo effort. There are far too many people to thank. You all know who you are if you helped, and I thank you. I'm thankful that both situations ended well and have been put in the rearview mirror as we all begin to move forward. I'm very thankful for my time having served on this county board, the valuable lessons learned and experiences had, some good, some bad, but all have helped me learn and grow and hopefully be a better representative of those that I serve. My challenge to each member of this board, a committee, organization, going forward would be this. Look at all the facts. Take time, consider all of the implications of your decisions and actions, and then move in the best direction you can based on the information you have. And if you find yourself having been played like a fiddle, my belief is that you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, learn from it, and try to move forward and be wise in the future. I know that is certainly my plan. To the community at large, those folks that are being represented, don't get caught measuring or judging a man or a woman solely on what seems to be the worst parts of them. We are all just regular men and women with families, friends, and many of us like and appreciate some of the very same things in life. Offer the grace and kindness you wish would be offered to you. Work to look past those decisions or votes that you don't agree with, and work to learn the real reasoning behind those choices, and not just the reasons posed by others that you read on social media. Recently, my local community saw a resignation from the city council. Having been appointed and confirmed to fill that seat, I plan to take all that I have learned here and work hard to represent my local county. To my fellow board members, thank you all. Thank you for your support, your cooperation, and your willingness to serve. Trust me, I know this is not an easy job, and I appreciate what you all are doing. And with that, Mr. Chairman, thank you for your help, your support. Please accept my resignation to District 7 of the Shelby County Board, effective tomorrow, November 14th. I yield back.
thank you. And again, thank you for your service and again, the humbleness that came with what you just read. So thank you. It's been a long road for sure. But we got through a rough patch together last year, and I appreciate your willingness to work on that. So thank you.
Thank you.
With that, public body comment.
I just want to say thank you to a lot of my fellow board members. I've experienced a near tragedy a few weeks ago when you watch a loved one get put on a helicopter not knowing if it's going to be your last. I love you. And you really realize how important and how short life is. And I had so many phone calls from board members, and I appreciate that, and it pulled me through a real tough time. I'm still going through that tough time, but that's what community does. And we can't forget that and let people divide us. Even when we disagree, we've got to remember this is our home, and we care about each other at the end of the day. We may not like some of the decisions or agree with them, but we could do it in a friendly way and not hurt people. But I want to say how much, again, I appreciate those people who reached out, because it was a very difficult situation, and it just shows how much people care. And I'm proud of all of you for you present yourself to be in private and in public. That's important, and it shows character. So thank you.
Thank you. And again, we've talked a lot over the past couple of weeks, so again, you know the door's open, so reach out anytime. And you're right, community matters. So, public body comment. Public body comment. Public body comment.
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion from Mr. Ross to adjourn. I have a second. Mr. Price, second. All those in favor of adjournment, say aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned at 8:57. Thank you. Have a good night.
I'm gonna get a survey.